Go live. It says go live. Oh, I am live. All right. Hey, everybody. I don't know why I do this like I'm spreading the rainbow across, but here I am. And it is Friday night, and this is the live. I wish I could start over again, honestly. I just don't have a whole lot of energy, but I want to act like I have energy, but the truth is I don't have a whole lot of energy. I just have cold hard facts in life. And I let me see, I have a guest. I guess my guest is not ready yet. But we're moving on. We're getting it going. How are you doing? No, really. How you doing? This is your first time here. I want to say welcome to Sugar Honey Iced Tea. I'm Tea. And this is the B studios of Sugar Honey Iced Tea. The A studios are somewhere else in another part of the house. And yeah, okay, there go. I got a guest right there. Add to stage. Let's see. Did I do it right? I did it right. Yay! How you doing?
So,
Can you hear me?
yes, can you hear me?
Let me turn. Hold on. Let me turn you up.
Can you hear me?
Barely, but it's good. I don't know if I
Oh,
can put these earbuds in and make it better. Let me try. Hold on. Testing, testing. One. Oh, looks like he's gone. Uh-oh. These earbuds in. As I was saying, um, I want to welcome you to the live. I don't know what happened. Just dropped out of the matrix. It's all right. We'll see if he comes back in. Aside from that, I can finish welcoming you. Welcome to the live. This is Sugar Honey Iced Tea Friday night live. We do this a couple of times of the week, sometimes on the weekend. I mean, just randomly because that's how life is. Life is random and all over the place until you get a niche, a slot that fits well. Just trying things at random. Typically, a Wednesday night is good for me, and I got another text message. A Wednesday night is good for me, and a Friday night is good for me. We were doing Sundays, and that just didn't seem to be a good night for anybody. So we're gonna try it again. We might try Sunday again. If you're watching this on the replay, then drop a comment and say, you know what? I'm just chilling by the fireplace. I'm chilling by the phone, chilling by the tablet on a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday evening. And this is the time I'm looking for you. That would be cool. That would help me out a whole bunch. So tonight, I don't have my list of things, but I will say this. I have my beverage ready. Let's see if I can add the guest back.
no bull garbage.
Okay. I see you.
You hear me now?
I hear you, but not as good. I was trying to get you through these earbuds. Let me see.
Okay.
Earbuds are not working with this. It's probably just,
Mm.
sometimes they don't work with they don't work on Zoom.
Uh,
So maybe that's Zoom and this platform right here. They just don't want to participate in this type of thing. But I was talking earlier. Earlier, I was talking to my sister on Google Meet, and
uh,
they were working fine because I was talking to her. I was actually outside walking Captain Baylor around, and she called in, and then I could see her, and I was hearing her through the earbuds. And that's the only time I've ever had like a video chat with the earbuds to work.
okay.
Living your life. How's everything going over there?
Slow rolling.
Mm-hmm.
slow rolling. The internet is still down. Comcast outage is still doing what it does. But we good to go with the AT&T right now.
Okay, good, good.
Good to go with
That's
AT&T
awesome.
because I got screens.
You got what? I didn't see
I got
that.
screens. I got tablet stuff.
So
I
I've
got
gotten to the
other
point
things.
in my life where I have to wear the glasses and lean in. That's so messed up. I just never thought I'd be that person. Okay, I see. I see. Awesome. Well, we were talking a little earlier, and I was telling you I gotta get in the tub because I was feeling like, the episode of SpongeBob when he dried out.
Mhm.
I'm feeling dried out, but I
Well,
feel extremely hydrated.
well,
I
I
took a
did that.
bath, got out, and then I got a drink. I made a non-alcoholic beverage.
Me
I'm
too.
ready.
I made lemonade.
Okay, cool.
See? I've got lemonade.
You got a lemonade. Cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
That's one of those things. You gotta have you gotta have your libation. You gotta have
Right.
your aquatic things to keep your throat moist and to keep your mouth wet and all that good stuff.
You really do. I don't know if you're kidding or not, but that is so true.
Yeah.
So true.
What's the
I
weather where
wanted to
you?
talk about life in general, but the Uber, the Uber chronicles as it is. I don't know. The
Talk about it.
so I was Ubering today, trying to get a good attitude, trying to keep a good attitude. I don't know if I told you about the fact that every time somebody gets in the back in the Uber in the ride, I don't even know what's called. Anytime somebody gets in my ride, they're like, "Do you like Ubering? Do you like this?" And then I'm kind of like, I get, yeah, it's okay. But then I'd
It's
be
like they're
like,
doing a survey.
yeah. But then they always come back at, well, I talked to an Uber driver and they making bank and they making thousands of dollars and $1,200 a week and $1,000. And I'm like, wow, well, and the fact that they love doing Uber. And I was like, wow, I haven't seen no weeks like that. But it might be, but I
Well,
was thinking and I was, kind of praying and meditating or whatever. And I was thinking it might be my attitude. My attitude toward the whole thing might be the reason why I hadn't got to the things that, some other people are getting to. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a better attitude about this thing. And the next person that asks me that question, next time somebody gets in my ride, I'm definitely going to tell them, oh, I love it. It's doing wonderful. It's
no,
good.
don't lie about it. Don't
I'm
lie about it.
trying
That's
though.
if that's not what you're feeling, they're gonna say, that ain't what you're really
But
feeling. But
sometimes you have to say things and speak it to an existence. You have to fake it till you make it. But also, I remember a time when I was sitting in a desk thinking, well, I wish I could be outside doing something because this is boring. I've had them days where I was just like, oh, I bet the people outside is having a good time. And I'm sitting in here like I'm on I used to say we sitting in here like we in timeout. We gotta wait till it click over to 5 o'clock and everybody pretending like they doing something and ain't nobody doing nothing.
yeah, but now you have that opportunity to go forth and do things and be outside. So the only thing I can say is, like with me, I know what I like to do personally. And when it comes down to having a job that I did not like doing, but I knew I had to do it for work, I just said screw it and just do it.
Hmm.
And I learned to like it because, I'm a like with in our dynamic, like I've always told you, I've always called you software and I was always hardware. I'm always hands on and you're more mental. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You're the
But
program.
but people
You're the
can
program.
can kind of evolve and be different. Cause like maybe I like more outdoorsy thing. Like I never used to like outdoorsy stuff when I was younger, but now this stage of me, I really like doing things outside in the open, outdoors with people. Sometimes with a lot of people, but mainly in a space that's kind of more open and not so closed up.
Huh? And that's just life. We adapt and we change and we grow. So we have to be willing to get outside of ourselves sometimes. Like me, this past week, I had that dilemma. I was looking at buying that car. And remember what you told me the other day? You were like, I knew you wasn't gonna get that car. But today, you know what I felt when I woke up this morning? I felt very dissatisfied with myself because I said to myself, I said, why do I always do that? Why am I always so indecisive when it comes down to making major, major changes like that? And I said to myself, I said, you know what? You want that damn car, go get it. So in 2 weeks, I'll have that joker. So,
Mm. Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I'm gonna have that joker in 2 weeks. I don't know how my mind's gonna go in 2 weeks. I'll probably be rambling, and me, I'm all over the place most of the time. But one thing I can say is this right here: since I have gotten myself um, together more, and I started doing better for me, and my personal mental state, I don't sweat the little stuff no more. To me, buying that would be something small now, and I'm it's like whatever, man. It's like
It should be. It should. I think in the
it's
grand
like,
scheme of
like,
things, our life, we take things that are little and make big things out of it
and
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 keep it.
and and knowing the career path that I'm trying to get into, it would be a great asset to me more than it would be of a detriment to me. You know what I'm saying? Knowing the career path that I'm about to go into, the testings and stuff that I'm about to take next year, which we've discussed in the classes that I've taken, and when that change comes about, hey, that thing's gonna seem like nothing because it's gonna be like, okay, yeah, it's gonna become, it'll be a much better asset than it will be whatever it's gonna be. It'll be good
Liability.
for me. Yeah, it'll be way more of an asset than liability
Mm-hmm.
because people are gonna be looking, and they're gonna look at the image because to go into that type of business that I'm going into, you have to be able to sell yourself. And first impressions are everything. If you want a person to think that they need to go with you, you need to dress the part, look the part, smell the part, talk the part. And especially when you go to meet them, you need to drive the part. You can't show up in a bucket and thinking that they're going to look at you with confidence and say, ooh, this guy right here is driving a 2004 Hyundai compared
But
to,
I mean,
they be like, does
I
he
hate that
really
that's the
know?
way people are, but
That's just
yeah. So,
people
but
are,
you're
but
not in
people,
a Hyundai
people,
either, though.
people are, no, I'm not in a Hyundai now, but I most definitely will not be in a Hyundai then. They'll be
No, I'm
looking
talking
like,
about
oh,
like the straw.
because
The
you,
straw,
you gotta do, huh?
huh? What'd
You,
you say?
you have to look at certain things that you can acquire show success. And that's just one of the things that shows success. You know what I'm saying? You may not be successful yet, but it's like, hey, look at me, I'm on my way. But you're not gonna go into the frame of a thing and say, well, I got this just to impress y'all. No, that's not the way it goes. You don't even talk about that item. You just go into them and you talk about the item that they are interested in handling and what their intentions are.
Mm-hmm.
And you just use that right there as a prop to get them from point A to point B and back to point A again, while you're out there showing them what you want them to see. So
I'm trying to. You keep talking. I'm trying to get you on the other speaker. Hold on.
okay, but it's all good. But I said to myself, I said, man, I said, it's like my shirt say. My shirt says, you think I'm normal? That's on you. I cannot find that other shirt. Remember that one I wore to Nashville when we went to that Nashville trip? I
Uh-huh.
cannot find that shirt. I think one of those supporters up there stole that shirt because I'd never found that shirt since that trip. I think one of those supporters that were up there at that hotel broke in our room and stole that particular T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? And it's probably
Okay.
out there in the world somewhere. It's
What
probably
shirt
out
are
there.
you talking about?
Remember, we were in the elevator and the little old lady was talking to me.
Uh,
It was a
uh,
T-shirt that I had on that day when we were up there in Nashville at the
yeah.
place where the man who's about to be the man was giving a speech. I
Okay.
refuse to say I refuse to say that individual's name because I'm not
The
giving them
name
no
that shall
free.
be not unspoken.
Yeah, I'm not giving that person no free advertising because I'm not CNN, I'm not MSNBC, and I damn sure ain't Fox News. You know what
Okay.
I mean? So the he who shall not be named um was having an event, y'all, for the people who are watching this. And
Right.
we wound up at not the event, but at the hotel where the event was being held. And I learned a lot that weekend. I don't I pay attention to people. I look at people, I listen to
I
people.
want to
I'm
go back to that place. I don't know if they're gonna have that same convention,
no, that's
but
over.
I do want to go back to that place.
Yeah, that convention is over, but it's just the way that hotel is. And it was cool and shit. I was like, you know what, this is a nice ass place, but um, hey,
Okay,
other
so
than
for
that,
the people on the replay, it was the Gaylord Opryland Hotel. And
mhm.
so it's no, I'm sorry, Opry Mills. Gaylord Opry
That
Mills. I think that's what
is
it
it.
is.
No, is it Opry Mills? I know
Oh, well,
that's
it's
the
the
mall
Opry
name.
Mills Mall, but then maybe it's
Mhm.
the Opryland Hotel. Maybe that's what
I
it was.
don't know
But they have another one. They have a
the
sister
Gaylord.
hotel.
I just call it the
Catch this,
Gaylord. The Gaylord in Nashville. We was up
in
there in
Nashville. But they have a
that big,
sister hotel
that big ass
in
dome.
Orlando. And I want to go to
Okay.
that one. They have, and during Christmas time, they have these you know how they had it decorated. Was it near? It wasn't near Christmas. It was like warm when we went, but
We've
they
been
have
fun.
it decorated for Christmas. And they have, I don't know if you remember the movie National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So they
I know that.
have like a show for that there, but they have that little path. There was like a little winding nature path. Y'all, it's really pretty. On the inside of the building, it's like you outside. They have trees and forests almost and plants and things and little nicks and crannies. And it's downstairs, you can walk through this thing. It's kind of like pathways, but it also has a riser for upstairs, and you can walk across this thing and have all these hanging chandeliers and light
Water park,
sculptures and things. It is so dope.
water
But they have
parks,
a sister one in
restaurants,
Orlando, and
shopping.
they have like a lagoon pavilion in the inside of the hotel. And I
That
want to
was a
go to
lagoon.
that
That was
one.
a lagoon. That was a lagoon they had up there, where those little kids were playing at and stuff, and they had all the fountains and stuff shooting all over the water
It was
and
amazing.
the indoor fireworks and all that kind of
Mhm.
crazy stuff. They need some trapeze people in here bouncing from the ceiling, and then it would have been really
It was
awesome.
it was wild to have that much stuff on the inside of a building. It was wild. But I
The
guess
whole
it's
thing.
nothing like I guess it's amazing to me or to us in the South because being in the South, we just kind of see things that are Southern. But when like the Las Vegas, we went to Circus, me and Lavita, my sister, one of my sisters. We went to the Circus, and that was the worst hotel. And we walked through that thing, and that was the dopest ish I had seen in my life. And that was one of the worst hotels. Circus. It had a amusement park in the when you walk through the whole thing, it's like you started 1973 and you go on through the years almost, but they didn't mean to. It's just the fact that they hadn't updated the thing. But at the end, they had this amusement park on the inside of the building. And the biggest stuff you would think should be outside was inside. So we definitely need to, if you're talking about road tripping, we need to get in the car and drive down to Orlando and go to the, what is it, the Gaylord Hotel that's down there. That's like
Okay.
the one we saw in Nashville. I've I've looked at it online. You know, I'll be looking at stuff.
Mhm. The only thing that I've looked at that I even want to go to Florida for is to go back towards Orange Beach because you know me in Florida ain't getting along. But then I said to myself, I said the only reason I would ever go to Florida is if it was for you or for my daughter. That's the only reason I would bother going to Florida.
Hmm.
I, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't go to Florida from just naturally for myself.
I just want to.
I've been to Florida a couple
Why?
times.
Why? What's wrong with? What's wrong with? I guess everybody has their thing that they like and they don't like. I'm not going to even dwell on
No,
it.
I just no.
You know.
No, I've told you time and time again about the. I've been to Florida 3 times, and every time I stepped across the state line into Florida, some bad shit happened. So I was like, no, never again. But I'll risk it for you to go down there with you because
Well, I
you
don't
be
want nothing bad to
you be having. It's like this. You go down there. I stay at the Alabama border or either the Georgia state line, and we'll be. Hey, you going into Florida and do what you gonna do. But see, I know
happen.
you like the. But see, I know you like the Orlando's and the Disney's and all that kind of stuff. And I've never been. I ain't never been into amusement parks and fairs and all that stuff because I got childhood trauma from dealing with that kind of shit. But you know,
Well, I don't want to put you through or anybody through undue trauma.
yeah,
But
because
I
I
was thinking
it's
about like
just the
vlogging and what
idea.
vlogging is going to look like for next year. And I
Mhm.
definitely want to do a no Disney Orlando type of deal where
You say no
there's
Disney?
more to see in Orlando than Disney. And you can get on there's the
You
new
pretty
thing,
sure.
there's like a bright line train where you can go from, I think it's Tampa to, where's that place that traveling Robert went to, Miami. You can
Uh-huh.
get on this bright line train and go from, like, I don't know if it's Orlando or Tampa, and then you can go. Really, I don't know, because I feel like now that I'm saying it out loud, Tampa is further south than Miami.
I thought he took that train all the way down to damn near to Key West or somewhere. I know he
There's
went along he went a long way on that damn train on that what's the name Traveling Robert.
So traveling Robert, he does the RV, but there's these other people that can get on the train and go to the cruise port. I don't know if he got on that train. I don't know,
Anyway,
but I know
but
he went to Miami.
okay, yeah, he's from Miami, but
Yeah, I
and
haven't
like
seen
you
any
talking about
videos of him lately. I don't know if he's just not vlogging right now, or how the ana analytics is that what they call it? Sometimes you'll see people that you like, and then you won't see their videos for a while, and it don't be that they're not
he, he
posting. It's
probably
just
like
that you don't see it.
he probably just ain't made nothing in a while.
Yeah, he really don't have to. As much as he's traveled, he probably could take a rest for a little
He
while
got-
and let the rest
he-
of the world catch up.
go on one of his videos and just reach out to him and say, "Hey, man, are you still doing what's the business? Because you know how to
What's
do that."
going on? Exactly.
Hey, but
He
check this out.
commented on he liked one of my comments one time, and I was like super excited. I'd be like starstruck, like Michael Jackson or Prince, or who's new and popular, Beyonce or Taylor Swift. I'd be geeked out when my YouTubers comment on my, or like my comment, or comment or reply on my comments. Geeked.
Um,
And he
geeked out.
replied on one of mine one time, and I was just over the moon. I'm doing my nails right now while we're talking
Yeah.
because
I keep moving my gimbal right now because I don't. I'm just trying to do stuff because in the background over here, it's got like a bunch of pictures, and I don't like showing pictures and stuff of
I
people.
mean, I can't
Even
see. I
though,
can see
even
that there are pictures, but I can't really
yeah, it's
see who it is.
picture of my
So
baby girl,
it just
picture
looks
of
like
my
you have some background stuff. But
and
it's
stuff.
good that you're closer to the camera. I may need to do something where I'm closer to the camera too.
Well, I can do it like this right here too. Like I said, I got the gimbal in my hand.
Hmm.
I got the gimbal in my hand, but now it's not in my hand no more. So I just want to be able to move it around and stuff and do
Closer.
it. Yeah,
That's cool.
but
I need to get something like that. I guess
because I
for
like having a gimbal.
Christmas.
The tripod can rest on my stomach,
Hmm.
and with it being with it being the way it's being, it's just it's stabilized. I'll say it like that. It's stabilized
Yeah.
because I got a belly like a bowl full of jelly, but I'm just
You
not
the
Santa Claus.
the black Santa, the Blanta,
Blanta Claus. I'm Blanta Cross. Blanta
Blanta
Cross.
Claus. Yeah, I don't
Blanta
think
Cross.
anybody's ever
Blanta
come up
Cross.
with that. I'm gonna have to patent that, copyright it. Go
Yeah,
make a movie.
but earlier we were having discussions about world events and things that are going on in the world, and you were talking about Ubers and all that stuff. And I said I wanted to discuss something.
Hmm.
And what I wanted to discuss and what I wanted to just talk about right now, as far as the world goes, is people out here are FAFOing.
Mm.
And I'm like this right here. Everybody in this upcoming year, and I put this out on one of my other videos on another app. I said, people are going to have to just be willing to sit down, take a breath, open their eyes, open their ears, pay attention to what's going on around them, and get themselves ready because for whatever may occur. Because with this next election cycle we're about to have over the 4 years, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't see him being president no more than 18 months to 24 months. I don't see him filling out the whole 4 years. I think it was all just a ploy to get a certain group of people back in power.
Mm.
And now, since they have gotten power, they can, talk to him
They
because
don't
he's about.
need him.
They don't
Oh,
need
you
him.
know what? I was thinking that I don't want to say the very same thing, but kind of the same thing. In my mind, I was like, everybody's so well, the people on the other side, the left side, are so we've
They
got all
stuck
our
on that
panties
one
in a
man.
bunch
Yeah, they
because
stuck.
the right side won. But
Yeah, but it ain't
it's
about
not
that.
just the figurehead. It's the people behind the figurehead that actually pushed and now are in power. So he's the person. I feel like it's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. I don't know if you've seen it. Have you seen it where
You
the the Oz was this
didn't
place where
have no
all
time
this stuff was going on, but there was this one dude who was just kind of like behind the
controlling stuff in the
curtain.
background.
And I
And
feel
right,
like, but this is my thing. I think the man who should not be named is more of the big mask,
the big green head that was in
the big
front of the
green
curtain.
head. And then the
He's the big.
people behind working all the gears and stuff, they in the background let him, do and be the
I think,
distraction of it
and
all.
I'm gonna tell you right now who I think that person is. See, the thing they always say, the thing about the thing about the devil is the greatest trick the devil ever played on man was to show man that he didn't exist. In this case, the man behind the man who is behind the man walked through the White House today with his 4-year-old son on his neck, and
Okay.
and people
And I
and
hear
people
what you're
and people
saying, but
and
that
people
would be
ask
that's too
people,
obvious. I feel
no,
like
no,
that's even too obvious.
and see
He
that's the
he thinks
and
he's the man.
that's why it's unbelievable because you're looking at it like, nah, that can't be true. But you got to think about it. You got
He
to think about it.
I think that
He's the,
again,
I'm gonna say
I
robot
don't like to
man.
be in conspiracy land, but I think that the people who really moving the buttons are putting that person up to again to be the distraction. Those are the two distractors.
Those are the
So
distractors.
they could be blamed on whatever goes down. Oh, they
No,
gonna
they
be the
won't be.
scapegoats. They're gonna be
They
the
will not.
people who
They won't be blamed
the
for anything
people
because
are gonna.
they won't blame them. They won't be blamed for nothing because they will be easily removed. They will be seen to And when it comes down time, they will remove themselves ever so slightly over to the side and then just fade away into nothingness. And you won't even know they're there. But the plan has already been put in place. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
awesome.
Because that's what the people when we were at that place up in Nashville were talking about. I don't know if you picked up on
I
that.
can't even remember. I do not remember, but it was that
Remember
was the
those
coolest thing.
remember
I feel like we didn't even take full advantage of that whole situation.
remember when you were sitting at that table with those ladies and I got
Uh-huh.
up and I left for about 20, 30 minutes. I was listening to some gentlemen who were talking up there. And they were like, yeah, man, we'll get him in easy. But once we get him in, he'll do his time and then he'll bow out gracefully. And then our people will be in place. They didn't say our man would be in place. They said our people
That's what I'm saying.
would be in place.
Them two just
You weren't paying
the
no attention to the
distractions.
folks around them.
They just distractions. The two,
And they just distractions.
they they're just distractions.
I want this video on this. What is today? Today is
The sixth,
the 6th of because Cameron's birthday is tomorrow. Happy birthday, Cam.
tomorrow's my baby's birthday. Yeah. I'll tell him.
So what?
I'll tell him you said happy birthday. Is that what you
Well,
said?
yeah, happy birthday, Cam.
Okay.
Happy birthday,
Is do you
cameraman.
think he's gonna watch his mama's live? Absolutely not.
Seriously. Because we're uncool. We're not cool like
Not
that.
cool enough. Not cool
We're not
enough.
cool enough. Hey, but you know something I did see? You know how I was always telling him, hey man, you need to be recording you guys playing the game and all that stuff and you guys' reactions and stuff. I was looking at a guy on YouTube the other day, and the young man is about Cam's age. He's about 23, 24 years old.
Hmm.
Why is that young man a multi-millionaire now off of just reaction videos? He don't do live videos at all. He just records him and his friends playing the game, and people go on their pages and
Hmm.
watch them play the games.
Hmm.
That's it. And
And
I
that's
said to
it.
myself,
That's all
I
it
can't wait
takes.
I can't wait to I can't wait to tell T about this right here, man, and let her know, hey, that same stuff that I was telling him, the same stuff that you were telling him, there are people out there doing that,
Hmm.
and they get
Well,
paid.
here's the thing: if it's too cool to me or you, anybody in our age group, or
Yeah.
people
So
who
he's
are a
like,
parental
nah,
figure,
we don't want to do that.
it's not gonna happen.
That ain't that ain't where it's at.
I have this
But
saying that until they make a rap song about it, it's not. You don't even know it exists.
yeah, until
So
Kanye, but until Yeezy raps about it, it
right.
ain't there.
So we
If
were
Ye
going
ain't
down the
saying nothing
street,
about it,
and my
but
daughter was like,
my
"This is
equipment would
Shelby
be
Drive," and then it dawned on me that she was remarking about the name of the street because Drake had just dropped the song, and one of the
yeah,
lyrics was "Shelby Drive, come alive."
yeah.
And I was like,
So
"See,
that
I told you. You've been
because his
going up and
dad
down the
lives
street
out
for
there.
your whole life."
Yeah, because his dad lives out there.
I don't know where.
No, his dad lives here.
Oh, you talking about Drake's?
Yeah,
Yes,
Drake's
yes.
dad lives here.
Like you talking about her dad. I was like, I don't know
No,
where he.
no, not
No, they
yeah.
don't live off. I know where they live. They don't
He
live off
lives
Shelby
there.
Drive.
He lives there too, but he don't live out there where Drake dad live at.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm
I
saying?
got some tea about somebody else too, but I have to tell you that offline because it's not my tea to tell.
I ain't got
Not really
nothing.
tea. It's just something. I hate to
Well,
say that because somebody
well,
will be
I'll
like
be
on the replay, like, "Oh, you didn't tell us. You're
well,
fake. You're not real."
I'll be riding up to get to meet Raven. It's his name is Ravion, but I'm gonna say Raven because it's spelled Raven to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's my new grandson who is gonna be born on Monday, the 9th.
Okay.
So I'll be shooting you some pictures of what he looks like, you know what I'm saying, from the hospital. But
Mm-hmm.
he'll be born sometime Monday morning. He will actually be born. He will be cut out and stuff and incubated by the time I get up there. Because She got to be at the hospital at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm not gonna be up there at no 5 o'clock. I'll be leaving the house at about 8 o'clock, and it takes 2 hours to get up there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna drive up there to the hospital where they are, and hopefully everything's done by the time I get there. And she'll probably be in the bed, asleep or something. And I'll be like, "What a baby at? Let me see the baby," and all that good jazz, and I'll be able
Oh,
to see the baby and all that stuff, and take a
well,
few photos.
congrats again on that, and all the best on the.
Grandbaby number 6, you know how that
Woo,
goes.
congrats on
Grandbaby
all
number
that.
6. So I will have 4 grandsons and 2 granddaughters.
Hmm. That's great.
Four, 4 grandsons and 2 granddaughters. And she talking about, this my last one, Daddy.
So is
I
that a
said,
basketball team or a baseball team or
neither, unless it's an intergender team. If it's an intergender team, then she can have the 5 and 1. You know what I'm
intramural?
saying?
It's a community sports league. They can all play on the
Yeah,
same team.
yeah, I say intergender. But you know they're trying to stop that, and the federal government's trying to stop that now. They're trying to
Oh,
say women and men don't need to be participating no way, no how, no fashion,
I
even
guess.
in intergender sports or transgender people not playing in sports, cross sports, and all that kind of shit.
Hmm.
They want to take out all of that kind of stuff. And my thing is this right here. With my personal point of view, I have seen what men can do in various sports, and I can see what women can do in various sports. And I can honestly say that there are differences in the rules in each sport for a reason.
Because of
So,
their genetic
because of their
build.
genetic makeups, yes, because of our
Okay, well, let me
physical.
ask you this. Um, I guess the fact is that people feel comfortable in a certain lane.
Mhm.
So
Be comfortable in your
if they
lane.
want to participate, but they're not comfortable, I just don't know how that's gonna how we can how we can help a person if I mean, and it's beyond my right now. I'm just beginning to think about it.
My thing is this, right?
As I go
Let
into
me, let me.
January, I've got a new position in January,
Mhm.
and I will be
So, hey, so that came out good.
well. I've gotten a verbal offer,
But
and
what
I'm
about
waiting for the people to send me some paperwork so
okay?
I can do a written offer.
Thank you.
Offer, but
But we're not gonna spook that. We're not gonna speak on that right now. We're gonna leave that subject alone. And when that comes about, then we'll talk about that.
okay.
But
Well,
right
but
now,
the gender thing,
during, during this
I
time,
want
we're
to
not
say
gonna
that
speak on it.
I want to be able to be open and available to people in
You can
their
be you
huh?
can be open. You can be open and available for what you're gonna be doing.
No,
But
I'm
I'm
saying
just
as far
saying,
as like if someone like let's say you're in a place of business and
mhm,
you are the like let's say you are the vendor and the other person is the consumer and the other person um is someone who is a transgender person.
don't
So I
live
want
in
to make sure
Tennessee.
that as a vendor of whatever it is, I want to make
Don't
sure
live
that
don't live
I'm
in Tennessee.
treating that person fairly for whatever they're,
You're
whatever
gonna
they're
get
trying to do.
you will get that business because you're interested in treating that person fairly. But Tennessee have put out laws that are going to come into effect next year where people can openly discriminate against those type of
Oh
individuals.
wow. Well, here's the
They're
thing.
going to
The good
discriminate against
news,
them in school and
I'm not in
stores and
Tennessee.
all kinds of stuff. I know you're not in Tennessee, but other states will follow because, like you said before, we are in the South. We live
That's true.
on the buckle of the Bible Belt.
That's true.
Hey, did you see that article that I sent you the other day about the AI platform here in Memphis?
No.
You
I
probably
see things
I
and then I
figured you
don't remember. I
probably
see too many things. What did it say? Jog my memory.
it was on Fox. It was on the actual Fox 13 news broadcast, and they were talking about the XAI facility that's being built here in Memphis, and Google are doing their AI here, and a couple of more other companies who need this river here that's right by us, right between us, they need that river for their supercomputer platforms because those liquid cooled computers need that flow in river water. And Memphis
Okay.
will be the hub of AI and robotics in America.
Wow. Okay. So when you were saying that, I was like, what do they need? The river water for super cool liquid, and you said it. I was just thinking it as a joke, but for real,
That's what they need it for. That's what they need it for. They
that
need it
is amazing.
because they can't put them out on either one of the coasts because they need
Too hot.
fresh water.
No, river water ain't fresh water, is it?
River water is fresh water. It's not salt water.
It's not salt water. You're
You don't
right.
have to. You don't have to. You don't have to run it through those extra processes to remove the salt.
I mean, it's still not fresh though, is it? Because like fresh
You
water would
just
be like
consider
mountain water.
no. That's mountain water, but river water is still considered fresh water.
Fresh water, like freshwater fish.
It's like freshwater fish.
Mhm.
Yes,
And
it
some
may be.
freshwater fishing. Okay.
They can. You can get the water without the mud. You know what I'm saying? You
Mhm.
can do that. You
Yeah,
know, around
you can get the
around
mud
here we
out of
have
it, but you can't get the salt
oh,
out of it.
yeah. But you can get but that's a much more expensive process.
Yeah.
That's a much more expensive process.
Interesting.
And then you have to do something with that salt. So
That
what I can say to people is this right here. If you have the tenacity or the wherewithal right now, most of the certifications, there are like 30 certifications right now from different companies across America and around the world that are like the premier certifications for AI robotics. All of those damn classes right now are free.
mm-hmm.
Those companies that put all that information out on the web, and those classes are free. You can actually go online and study all this stuff. And these people who are going to be coming out with these AI robotics jobs in about another 4.5 to 5 years, once these robots get up and running and these places get up and running and get to be putting out there, because the XAI place is already finished. They just got to work out how to get the water in the plant and get the servers and shit up and running.
I mean,
And
I
then they
must
got
be so far removed from the news because I don't,
you don't
I
watch
don't
none.
watch the local
You don't
news.
watch
I was
no. You don't
asking
watch none.
Alexa the other day, yesterday,
What I did was I
that
put it on
what
my tablet and
uh-huh.
all of the major I put on the major local stories. You target it like that, and all
Hmm.
the major local stories that deal with finance and industry in the area, they come directly to my tablet.
Okay.
So it's basically filtering the news, but I read it, I look it up, I look up the companies, I do the research, and I actually went out and bought me some stock in XAI because the stock right now is only $14 a share.
It's what?
So it's only $14 a share.
So get at least one.
Get at least 10.
Oh, okay. So I'm thinking too low scale.
Yeah, you
I
think,
don't.
yeah.
Well, I don't really
I'm
have a
thinking
whole lot
but
of
if you ain't got no
resources right now, so
if
I
you ain't
can
got
get
no if you
one.
ain't yeah, get that one. Hell, get that one. That'll put you in the door. That'll put you in the door. Hell, I got a dividend this week.
Okay.
I got a dividend this week from guess who?
Who?
Hasbro.
Okay.
Because I got Hasbro stock.
Very good. Is that
So
what
I
I
was
told you
like,
about? I told you about Mattel. You bought
yeah, you
Mattel
told me
and
about
Hasbro.
Mattel. Mattel lost me money, but Hasbro gained money. Hasbro,
Mm-hmm.
I picked up Hasbro because I like Transformers and G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a new G.I. Joe movie in the works, and there are a couple of new Transformer movies that are in the works right now.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
was like, yeah.
I thought because of that Barbie movie, but that was just like a one hit wonder. It went up in the air and fizzled right back out.
And that
Everybody
was
was just so entranced with that Barbie stuff.
that
But
was a
by the end of the year,
that was a helium balloon in winter. It went up, and as soon as the gas got cold, it came right back down.
right back down. I hate that.
It's stuck in a tree somewhere. That's all I got to say about it.
It's
It's stuck
messed
up in
up.
a tree somewhere. It's like one of those mylar balloons that get stuck in the tree and get ripped up by birds. That's
Hmm.
what that movie right there got. But yeah,
Wow.
that was an interesting movie about an interesting toy, and they did have some characters, and they put it. That movie was way too political. That movie was way too feminine.
Think
It was an effeminate. It was a feminine affirming political satirical movie.
I
It
think
had
it
too
made
much stuff
like it
going
was like
on.
a gotcha because all the ladies on the right side brought their daughters to the movie, like, oh, we're gonna do something cute. And then when the movie really let go, they were like, wait a minute, I don't want my daughter hearing this kind of rhetoric. I don't want my kids listening to this.
But that's like a lot of these movies out here nowadays. Because what was the one they were talking about the other day? They were talking about some movie the other day, talking about it shouldn't have been that way, and it was this. It's what's the damn movie out right now? It's a movie that's out right now for kids. It's supposed to be a kids movie, but they're like they put all those political themes in the movie, and I'm like,
Are you
they
talking
rap
about
about
Wicked?
yeah, Wicked,
Okay.
Wicked,
I want to see
Wicked.
that.
Yeah,
I,
Wicked. That's the name of that joint. They were talking about how political it was and how it dealt with themes of racism and it dealt with themes of sexism and it deals with people not treating people right
people
and
who
I'm
are
like
disabled,
mhm,
disabled them.
because they were talking about how the animals were basically like X group of people, you know what I'm saying, from a place called Mexico and they wasn't treating them right because they couldn't speak the language properly and all that kind of stuff. And they had them doing menial labor and all that kind of stuff. They was like, a lot of folks was like,
I want to go see that
yeah.
movie. I don't know if
But
you heard me,
the
but
thing about it is, I tell people like this right here. The
hmm
reason they make those movies and put those movies out like that is because they want to give you something to talk about and to bring about discussion because a
hmm
lot of people don't want to sit down and have the discussions. I sat down with a guy the other day at my job and it was like 50 something degrees outside. He just came up to me and just started talking. And I'm talking, yeah. And I'm sitting there like, okay, here we go again. What do you want? And then he just started talking about this and constitutional rights and all this stuff. And then my
you want
soup
to push your
came up.
buttons.
He wanted to push my button, but then my boy came up and my guy was like, hey, what's going on? I said, oh, this guy here talking about that, such. And my guy is a YT person also, just like the other gentleman was. And he looked at him dead in the face and said, hey, man, you might be talking to the wrong guy because this right here, this one of the smartest guys I know, and he got some points to prove. And dude told him, oh, man, I don't think his kind is that smart and blah, 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 blah.
Are you sure he said that? His
Why you always do that? I do hear
can't
good.
imagine somebody would say something like that in
That's because you
2024.
don't if you don't deal with people. I deal with people daily. I deal with people in the
Deal with
public
people who
air.
hide there, who cover their.
Yeah, you deal with them type of people. I don't deal with them people. I deal with scum. I deal with the real wretched scum, ratchet ass people every day. When I pulled up on the spot last night because it was time to start closing down businesses, I pulled up on a business last night in the business next door. In my headlights, what did I see running from the store? It wasn't a deer, but it was four sets of brown legs. And they were carrying what? Merchandise. Run into the
Oh,
damn car. And yeah, I got them on video. I wish I could. I wanted to put the damn video out there, but you know they can't do stuff like that. I said, man, I could put this alive and put their license plate out there to the world and let people know, hey, look at these dragons right here stealing because I got them on video stealing, and I got their vehicle that they drove away in, and I
well,
got a very clear picture of the license
there's
plate. But
a
you know, they said I can't put stuff out there like that, so I won't. But I can say that them dragons with them damn that long red weave, come running up out of their place, you know, roguish mamma jammas.
yeah.
And
There was
I
a
and I
store that was
and
in
I get
East
tired of it
Memphis.
sometimes.
and they used to put, or they still do, they have security cam footage photos on this wall right
Can't do that
outside
no
the
more.
door. You
Can't do
can't
that
do
no more. Can't do that no more. That's illegal now.
that.
Yeah, because that's violation of that's violating a person's civil rights.
Even
Can't put
though
that
they were
out
the
there like that.
ones that did something.
Even though they committing the crime, you can't do that no more. You violating their civil rights. That's defamation of character.
Wow. I
Can't
guess
do
I
that.
need to watch the news more.
It ain't gonna do them a the news is depressing. That remember that's why I used to watch that Canada news every morning because they had that old happy go lucky bullshit. And I was like, that ain't local.
Mm.
I was like, that ain't local, and they too damn happy. Why they so damn happy early in the morning? Calm down. But then I realized they wasn't Americans; they were Canadians. So I was like, huh. And you
Look at
know
that.
that that bunker that he who shall not be named. You know he actually talking about we need to turn Canada into into another state. Talking about America can annex Canada. I was like, so happy down somewhere.
First of all, I saw a some kind of banner or something go
And
across
then
the Alexa, I think. And I was
mm,
like, say what? That was the most ridiculous thing.
and then
Uh
that jackhole Bernie Sanders gonna come out and say, I think that's a good idea. As long as we can get their health care. Sit your ass down too.
so he said,
Goddamn.
well, he said a wrong thing and a right thing.
Yeah, he said the wrong
The
thing and the
wrong
right
thing is
thing.
annexing, but the right thing is why can't we model some countries'
Health
healthcare that
care.
is actually being,
Why can't why
effective?
the main reason America will never have health care like that with a single payer health care where people just pay into one giant plan, which we already do, is called Social Security. The one reason why America cannot do that is because America, as a fault, right now makes too much money off of people being sick. That's why we have chemicals in our foods over here that are banned in most other countries around the world. Our bottled water over here, bottled water, cannot be sent overseas because it
I
ain't
stopped
just
drinking
regular,
it.
because it
I
ain't
stopped
water.
drinking it. I get
Yeah, you
the
get a better
filter for the
water out.
refrigerator,
Yeah,
and
you
we
get better
drink
water
that
out your
either
tap.
that water or fresh or right out of the tap. I
Get
just
better water out.
noticed that,
Get better water out your tap.
yeah,
We got better
that
water.
bottled water, that is for emergency use only.
We had better water back in the day. We were drinking it out of the water hose than this water that come out of these bottles nowadays.
Hmm. I
And
was
we used to have
talking to
the
a
water.
girl.
We
There was a couple that got in the car, and they were saying something about this guy was saying he would never have a Tesla, and I said, you know what? I hear you on that, but you know what? Back in the day, I used to make fun of people buying water bottles, and I said, not only that, I've come this close to getting some of them crazy shoes. What you call them shoes? The
what
Crocs.
the crops.
I said, so you say you never get a Tesla, but you know what? That we've all said we'd never do something, and every year it just gets a little bit more palatable, a little bit. So
I
take
had to
that
make an
with
early.
a
I had to
certain
make an
grain.
early morning run this morning to go pick up a part for a vehicle, and I
Hmm.
had to go out to Performance Toyota in Memphis. They are building an entire electric vehicle power plant over there. It's not a power plant, but it's like a gas station. It's like
Okay.
it's a holding station for for people with electric vehicles. If you buy an electric Toyotas, you
Hmm.
can you'll be able to ride your Toyota up in there and charge your vehicle. And it's gonna
That's
have a
good.
seating. It's gonna have a seating area. It's gonna have walking spaces. It's even got a place for like a little dog pen where you can let your dog get out and play. It's even got
Right.
that up in there.
So a
And I was
charging
look.
station that's kind of like a gas station, like a truck stop.
It's right there by the dealership. It's right
Which
beside
one?
the Performance Toyota dealership, right there off of Shelby
Oh,
Drive,
Shelby
right
Drive.
Shelby Drive and 55, right there off the interstate. That
Okay, I'm
Toyota
gonna check it
dealership.
out.
They got
That's
a
over in
big old
Whitehaven.
yeah, Whitehaven. They got a big old fountain out there. I looked, I said, that's gonna be a fountain. And then they
That's
got the different
interesting.
stalls. They got the different stalls for all the electric vehicles that can pull up there and charge at the superchargers and all that stuff. And I looked it up. I said, those are Teslas. And I said, no, he says Toyota. Because,
Mm.
Toyota's they're really digging into that electric car thing.
So Teslas and Toyotas charge differently?
Yeah, they have different plugs. You know, Tesla
Oh
has Tesla
man,
has the
I hate
Tesla
that.
has the Tesla has the exclusive Tesla plug. But all of them basically can use the same power source. It just, they have this little adapter that you can put on the different plugs for the different cars.
Hmm.
Like if you can take a Toyota car and you can just buy a Tesla plug it on the end of your cord that's in your trunk, and still
Hmm.
go to a Tesla charging station and charge up.
Kind of like an iPhone and an Android, and you can get that little plug that'll help you
Yep, yeah, the little
use.
adapter plugs.
Uh-huh.
You
Why
can
do they
still, but
do
but
that?
but it
I hate
but it
that
but
for
but
us
but it does charge you more money though when you have a non um type
hmm
vehicle for that charger.
because it's all about. I hate that.
It's all
I
about
hate
money.
it.
It's all
I
about money.
hate it when it could
And
be
the
so
thing,
simple.
and I thought about it for a minute. I said, why are they building this? But then I thought about it. I said, oh, you know why I know why they're building this? Because the average freaking electric vehicle to charge takes about an hour to an hour and a half. So
Hmm.
yes, you are going to need somewhere to rest and relax and use the bathroom and probably get a little internet service and watch a little TV and maybe get a bite to eat and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and having it off
Because
the interstate is good because if you're traveling, let's say you're traveling from the East Coast to the West Coast, then that would be right off the interstate. I guess that would be a little bit of out of the way,
yeah,
but at least it's right off the interstate.
and the
Or if you're
Bucky's is
going from
already
north
being
from south
Bucky's
to
is,
north or vice versa.
yeah, Bucky's is being built over here right now. I
Hmm.
know exactly where it is. And I
Hmm.
said to myself, I said, it used to be a giant warehouse in that spot, huge
In
warehouse.
Marion?
No, yeah, in West Memphis and right off the interstate. And it was a humongous warehouse back in the day that was just there last year. And
Hmm.
then there was this big old warehouse for some reason, all of a sudden it caught on fire and it burned down. Then there was this big old giant
There you
slab of
go.
concrete out there. There was a big old giant slab of concrete out there for about 6, 7 months. And then just this year, right before summer, they started tearing up that concrete and they cleared all that land off. And
Hmm.
then you're looking out there, and I was like, what are they building out there? What's going to happen out there? And you can go out there now and you can see they're already doing the stuff for the pumps, where the pumps gonna go. They're running the line and stuff for the pumps.
Uh-huh.
And I said to myself, I said, that freaking Bucky's is
So does it have a
going
sign?
not yet. Not yet. It's gonna have a sign, it's gonna have a hell of a sign, but it's gonna be freaking
Okay,
enormous.
I can't wait. And I'm gonna tell you why.
Brisket on the board.
Brisket. I hate my name is in the but also because I wanted one of those turkeys that had the stuffed Cajun chicken, turkey, duck chicken things,
Okay,
whatever they got out there.
yeah, with
I
the with
wanted
the with
one,
the, with the
and
rabbit fur on.
it was a little too far away for me to drive
Oh,
and get
well,
that. I'm
well,
gonna have
it'll
to
be
change my
right.
name at the bottom because
Well,
it's
it'll
too
be
long.
right. Well, it'll be right at Seventh. It's right on 7th Street.
Okay.
As soon as you get off at the Welcome Center exit, if you're coming out of Memphis, you get off at the exit where the Welcome Center is. You'll
Mm-hmm.
just come across the overhead pass, and you'll be right in Bucks. Or if you're coming from like Little Rock area or from on 55 North or whatever, you'll be able to get
Mm-hmm.
off at the 7th Street exit, and you'll be right at Bucky's.
Mm-hmm.
And
That
it's just
sounds good.
it's right off the interstate. It's right off of the 40-55 split, just like they say. So it's at the apex of America. It's at you want to go east or west, it's right there. You
You
want to
got to
go
come
north or south,
through
you
West
got to come
Memphis.
through. You got to come through there. And I
Don't
mean, I
don't
was
listen.
looking at I
I'm
was
gonna
looking
be
at
at
the
Bucky's every weekend if it's that
I was
close.
looking at the street, and I was saying to myself, I said they're gonna have to do something about that old ass bridge, because there's this old bridge right there that you have to cross,
Mm-hmm.
and that bridge ain't gonna take that traffic because
I'm
right now
sorry.
it's built. I
It's
said
gonna
so
be
they
me
might.
and my RV. I promise you, it'll be every weekend. I'll be camped out. I'll be like going on a camping trip. I can't go too far, but I can go to Bucky's. I'm gonna go to Bucky's. Can you stay in the parking lot at Bucky's in that
Yep.
camper?
Hmm.
Yes, I'm going to be. Even if I
And
can't go anywhere else, I'm going to
they
be
they actually have
in
not
the
only
line.
where the factory used to be at, but they've got there's this building. There's this old place that used to be called Riggs. It was like a hardware store, big as a
Mm-hmm.
Home Depot. That entire warehouse is about to be torn down, and all of that lot is going to be where the actual Bucky's building is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be freaking huge.
You think they'll
It's
have?
it's going to be way bigger than that one we went to down in Alabama.
Yeah. You think
Yeah,
they're
that
going to
was that
have
was bad.
the drive-through um, car wash?
Hmm. It's going to have all that same stuff. Have all that same stuff. Gonna have the drive-through car washes for the big trucks and for the cars and for the RVs and stuff. It's gonna have like the hundred and something gas pumps, which you're already out there doing right now. It's gonna have all the stuff that Bucky's has plus a little extra because it's
Mhm.
right there where it is,
Every weekend. I'm sorry. I'm just not
and
going to
it
even get no
and
groceries. I'm
and
just going to
right
go
by
out there and eat.
and right behind it is Budweiser.
Mm-hmm.
Budweiser of Arkansas will be their next door neighbor. So you will always be able to get the good discounted beer at
You
the
get the
Bucks.
big, wow.
Beer on the board.
I cannot wait.
But
I
it but
probably
it
need to be like, okay, I'm only gonna get one brisket sandwich a month. I can't just eat that because that'll, blood pressure.
yeah.
But the brisket sandwiches are good. I had a burrito, a breakfast burrito from there. I have
I
never
wanna learn
had a.
how they I wanna learn how they cook their brisket. I really want to learn how to cook their brisket. So I'm like, can I get a job over there? Because I'm that's
Just
the
to
reason
learn.
that's the reason I updated my security license also, my securities license. So
Uh-huh.
now I'm getting that national license so I can run it anywhere. I'm like, hey man, y'all need security over here. You know that, right?
Hmm.
You know that, right? Be close to the house. Because
Well,
it's only gonna be it'll be less than 3 miles from where I'm at right now.
and they pay their
I can
employees so
I can
well.
I can ride a bicycle to that job.
They pay their employees so well though, much
Yeah,
higher than
yeah.
regular folk, regular establishments.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yep.
excited. I'm gonna.
But that's coming. And I drove around the city today to see where they're doing the new housing developments over here because they're doing the new housing developments over here. And Crexy, the group that I'm with, the investment group, they're
Mhm.
we're looking for some spots. And I took some photos and got some acreage maps and I sent it in to Crexy. And Crexy is like, hey, we need to purchase some of that land right there because they looked into it and was like, hey, how much of that land over there is available? I'm like, all this land that I took pictures of is available. It's like shit, close to 1,200 acres. And they're like, we need all that.
They're not. There's Are the farmers not farming anymore?
Well, the farmers are farming, but in these particular areas, they're paid not to farm because they're close to the hospital, they're close to the casinos, they're close to where Bucky's is going to be, closer to the interstate. And these areas have been deemed buildable plots. So if you go out there with a few $1 million and or you can invest a few $1 million and you can buy 30 or 40 acres of land, you can slap an apartment complex up there in a heartbeat and you got brisket
Mhm.
on the board right down the road. You know
Hey,
what I'm
brisket
saying?
on the board.
And then you got, Memphis over there with all the AI robot manufacturing that's about to start happening because they're actually going to be built. There are two plants on the same story that was talking about the XAI. There are two old factories that are out on President's Island.
Uh-huh.
One of them is being bought by what's the name of the damn company? Fuck, I can't think. I have to go back and look at the article. But they're both being bought by two companies who are actually going to be building the robots in Memphis.
Yeah. I mean,
So
all
not
that stuff
only
has kind of been on the horizon
yeah,
for a while.
Yeah,
But
all
I'm
that,
looking forward to
but
seeing
it's
all of
cool.
that stuff come
When I
about
say
in fruition
before,
for
before,
the
before,
city that I
bef-
love, the city
it's
that
like
I
this.
where I grew
Be,
up, but I'm no
before
longer
we,
in there. I'm not over there no more.
before we turn, before we turn, I'll say 56
Hmm.
within the next 5 years, you'll probably be seeing robots running around the streets of Memphis,
There was a movie.
and
It's on
that's gonna be crazy
Tubi.
because with the amount of crime that happens in Memphis, you can actually see them saying, "Hey, let's try out these police bots here first.
That might help.
Hey, they're 600 officers short. You can replace
Yeah.
those 600 human officers with 250 robots that don't
I
never
mean,
need
they've
to
got
sleep."
the cameras now.
Oh man,
So how are they
those
short? They've got all these cameras. They've got all these dig dang speed bumps. Now that I'm driving in the city more, they got these speed bumps on all these major streets.
you don't have to keep paying for a speed bump though. You buy that one time, and it just gets repaired every 5 or 10 years.
But that has got to be helping the police at some point because they don't
No,
have no signs up. You
these
just
young
driving,
people.
and all of a sudden you be like, "Wait
Have
a minute,
you
what is that?"
have you seen all these beat up ass cars that are running around here because we don't do vehicle inspections no more? Most of those
No,
cars that you see running around the city right now with no bumpers hanging off of them and bad
no
busted
bumper.
headlights
You
and
can
stuff.
just take that off.
It ain't those cars have not been in accidents. A lot of those cars are actually stolen vehicles.
What?
A lot of I've looked
You
into it. I
think
said
so?
those cars be riding around here with drive out tags for up to a whole damn year because they were stolen. Them drive out tags don't be drive out tags. I
They're
believe
just stolen
I
vehicles.
drive by them every day and take pictures of them, and I'm sitting there like, that is not a real drive out tag. That's some shit somebody made up at home and stuck it in a lemonade. And it was a car the other day. They had their stuff inside a Ziploc bag and
Oh
had
my
it duct
goodness.
taped to the back of the car.
You
But
know
they
the little
said
paper that you put in a trapper keeper, and you got the little hole, the three-hole punch divider, and then you
I've
put
seen
slip
I've
the
seen
paper.
some of
I've
I've
seen
seen
that
some of
on the back of
those.
a car.
I've seen some of those on the back of cars.
Hmm.
Yes,
Somebody
and
must have their
they
own
taking the
business at the house and bought a
they
packet of
taking the
100
fun.
of them, and just like, we're gonna print this out and slip it in here and just tape it on the back of
That's
your
your
car. It ain't gonna come
that's
off.
your drive out. And then when you get behind them, if you ever get behind one of them junk with the lights on, oh, they'll turn so fast. And but
That's
the thing about it is,
wild.
the city has that no chase policy. The city of Memphis got that no chase
Had
policy.
nothing to
So
do with
guess
that.
what?
I don't live over there anymore. So
Well,
sad. So
I'm
sad to
just saying
say.
they got a no chase policy, and these jokers out here stealing up to X amount before they can get banned out of a store. Not arrested for stealing, just before they can get banned from a store.
Mm.
And you can
It's sad
ban
though.
somebody
I
from a
don't want
store.
anything bad to happen to my city, the city that I love. I don't
And
want
that's why
anything to happen to the people in the city
that's
that I
why
love.
that's why you moved away and moved out.
No, that's not the reason. I'm gonna tell you the reason why I moved. I was telling this lady today that I always have the sweetest little people that come and sit in the back of my car. She was like, uh, she was dealing with um packing up her parents' home. One of her parents passed away. She said they had 13 children. And she said instead of keeping the house, they're going to sell it.
Yeah.
Uh, and I guess divide it amongst the 13. And I was
Okay.
telling her, and she was talking about how Cordova, she was thinking about moving to Cordova. But she realized that the houses were built on a landfill or something. That she said that the houses in Cordova were on a landfill. And I was like, oh, I didn't know all of that. But I was telling her that but they were expensive houses. And I said, I was looking at houses over there and here. And I realized that I could get a house that was bigger on the other side of the state line for the same amount of money than going to Cordova. And
Yeah.
she was like, that the ones in Cordova really, she said she wouldn't have gotten anything over there anyway because they were built on a landfill.
Well,
And that the one,
I'm stacking up my stuff and getting my credit totaled out right now. I'm at like a 680 right now, but I don't have the full finances right now
Well, I don't know if
to
you're gonna say all that because we're still on live. Now, don't
oh
forget,
well, I'm not putting out no information like that, but it's just like I looked at some houses in Bahia.
Bahia is a nice place.
I looked at some houses down in Bahia, Mississippi, and I was like, you know what? That ain't too far for me to drive. I can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And they some nice ass cribs down there, and they got some good prices
Mm-hmm.
too. So I was like, yeah, let me see what's going on down that way.
You'd be
Because I'm eventually,
surprised.
but
You
then I
go up
thought
in
about
some
it, I
little
said,
pockets around here,
but
and they
then I
got
thought about it,
mansions. They got baby mansions around here.
I should actually stay over here on this side of the river and buy me a nice shit, 5 or 6 acres for a little of nothing and slap me a double wide out there and park my RV beside it and call it a day.
There you go.
Have the boat on one side of the house and the RV on the other.
And a
Give me a
barn dominium.
give
This
me
is
a
the new
barn.
thing.
I was just about to say get that barn dominium built and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I can get back out on Alligator Bayou where I'm from and go down to Louisiana and give me some baby gators and bring them up here and actually put them in the bayou.
And that's interesting.
That'd be good.
You're gonna
That'd
start
be,
your own like
nah,
alligator amusement
no,
park.
just to have some wild gators out there in the bayou.
Wild gators.
Just to have some wild gators in the bayou. Give
That
me
make me
one
think of
male.
those people on
Give
Country
me
Time smoking those alligators on that grill.
give me a couple of
Give you
little
some for the
females
grill.
and give me a couple of little females and one bull,
And
and
then
just
just have it
let them
populate,
grow up,
have them populate your.
populate the lake, get the lake dug out, go out there with a big dredger and get all them old dead trees out of it, make it about I don't know 10, 12 feet deeper and about 50, 60 feet wider on both sides, and go all the way down the full 2.5 mile expanse, and be happy.
Hmm.
Go out there and be like, yeah, Big Lake is out here again. Thank y'all.
But
But
you won't
but
have to tell anybody to get off of your property because either
that's, that's
if
what the
they're
gators are for.
trespassing, they'll meet their demise and they'll come across some
That's
crocodiles or
what,
something.
that's what the gators are for.
The gators, yeah.
That's the gators. They got gators and hogs out there. That's all I got out there. Two things that will get you: gators and hogs.
Well, hogs chase after
Oh
people.
yeah, yeah. Hogs will kill you.
Mm.
Hogs will kill you. Razorbacks, wild hogs, they will
Oh,
kill
okay.
you.
Is that why they call it Arkansas? That's
Home
the
of the
mascot
Razorbacks.
of the school.
Yeah, it's the home of the Razorbacks. Razorbacks up here,
Start sweating.
just like in Texas.
I don't know. Can you
Well, the
see when
reason
I start sweating? I start sweating right up under my glasses.
it's 10:58 and 10:59, so it's all good.
Yeah, you know what? I got
Getting
to get
close to
off of here
bedtime.
because I got a whole video to edit. That's
But
what's
anyway,
that's what's messed up.
it, it's been good talking tonight. We talked about some good stuff. We
Yep.
we didn't talk we didn't talk about he who would not be named. We didn't talk about the new AI technology that's coming to town. We didn't talk about
Mhm.
Bucky's. We didn't talk about both of our loves for RVs. You know what I'm saying? Do you
We
have
talked a
when
little
was
bit
that
about
time?
Uber. I didn't say all of the stuff about Uber.
And I ain't say everything about people stealing either. But but what about when's the last time you been fishing?
I think I was a little girl. My grandfather brought me
Okay.
fishing.
See, because when you talk about getting into the stuff like that, what I'm saying with the RV and everything, we need to get our outdoorsness going on. We got to get
Definitely.
you in. I got to get you into like a nice pair of short hiking boots, like my Skechers I got. Get you in a nice pair of
I thought you
Skechers.
were gonna say something else.
What?
Shorts. I'm like, what?
No, you ain't got to be in no shorts. I prefer long pants when I'm out there because when you're dealing with that
Right.
stuff, man, you dealing with critters and stuff, and need you some rubber boots too.
Some rubber boots.
Need you some rubber boots that go up at least to
Um,
your knees.
yeah,
And
most definitely. I I I enjoy outside. It just I guess the conditions have to kind of be right. So
well,
not
well,
too
you're
cold,
not
but you
a
don't have to stand outside and be cool. You have to be kind of quiet.
Yeah,
And
you're not looking for
so
bugs, so it's
fishing, it kind of has to be some good temperatures out for me,
yeah.
so I can kind of zone out and get in the zone with the fishing and stuff.
I thought some. I was like, "What is that on my face?" And I realized it's my beard.
For sure.
It's because I don't have much left. I cut the majority of it off, and I don't have no mustache hardly.
Let me tell you what you can do. Look,
So,
it's right
what's that?
here.
What's that?
I don't even know where
Oh,
the.
oh, I see it. I don't need to put that on there. I need to leave it. I'm gonna let it gray. I was standing outside the truck today, and I was like, "What's in my hair?" I thought some dirt was in my hair. It's just the fact that my hair is gray.
Wow, that's all right. It's all good. What happened to the picture? You did that on purpose.
I messed around and pushed the button on the gimbal and turned the
Oh,
power off.
okay. The battery about to go dead anyway. Look,
No,
we
no,
gonna
no,
cut it
no.
off right here. We're gonna say good night and goodbye. Avita saying. Those of you who are on the
Look,
replay,
this-
don't forget
this-
to click the like, type a little something, a little doodity in the comments, because that really helps with the pushing my channel out, and also to have a community. If you are a small content creator and you're trying to grow your channel, please do comment, and I will comment that, and I will comment back on your and start following you, so we can build a community and
like her
eventually
video.
invite you. I like to invite new creators and content
Like her videos.
on the live.
Oh well, I will be doing more of these live things in a minute because I got my other stuff coming. So you're gonna see
Okay.
me on the microphone and on the video probably at least 3 to 4 nights a week. I'll be broadcasting for about an hour each night. And each night will be basically me informing you of whatever by way of a little music that I'll be playing on for y'all every night. So we're gonna be
You gonna be
jamming
on this platform or the other platform?
all platforms.
Okay. Well, we'll see you.
I'm doing everything. I'm
Soon
doing
as
them
you
all.
get your information, then we'll share it. I can put it in the description of this video. We can put it back in there later on,
Yep. And I'm keeping the
technology.
same. And I'm
All the
keeping the
good stuff.
same name. It's just me, Rob Biggums.
I think I'm-
Rob
And since we've
Biggums.
been here, I've done my nails. I've got a blue and a green, although maybe I shouldn't have done blue and a green. It might be giving too much back to the old folks. We
She
have to
said
talk
blue. She
about
said,
how I think the people from my old job have been creeping on my social media. We got to talk
they
about that
probably,
next time.
they probably have. I wouldn't doubt they're trying to see what you're doing.
They're
They want.
creeping, and I
Hey.
have proof. I have receipts, and I would like to bring them to the front of the congregation. But that'll be on the next live. We'll talk about that next time. All right, y'all have a good evening.
We're gonna make them a donkey of the day.
Can I do that? Is that copyrighted? All right,
Well, you can't say that. That's a Charlemagne thing. But
exactly.
we can create the mempo of the millennium. You know what I'm saying? Nah, that's giving them too many
We
props. You
got to
can't be
find something that's going to be like the
a diss.
a
Oh,
diss.
oh. But we're not dissing people on here. We positivity on
We're
here.
positive,
We
but we're
all about
positively
positivity.
putting them out on Front Street if they're
What
creeping
church?
on my
What
social
church?
media.
What church
Because
you went?
why not? Because if they weren't creeping, then they won't see it. Then
True.
it's not an issue. But if they're
It ain't
creeping
got
on
nothing
my page
it ain't got
or
nothing
my
to do with you.
platforms, then it is a thing.
My thing is like this right here. I'll tell them in a heartbeat. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all because
Listen,
I don't
move
work for y'all.
on. Live your life. I'm standing up because I'm tired of sitting down on that. I have been sitting down in the car all day.
Well, you
That's what
see
I
what I'm
need to
saying.
do. I need to have another car. That's my
Hey,
work car. I need a weekend car.
hey, that's why I'm buying this other car. I
I
got
need to get I
my
need to get
work
Cam's
vehicle.
car, the vroom vroom,
Mhm.
the stick shift. Drive that.
Yeah, go home, drive it. Drive it over here. The way you can hit that bridge with that joker.
He's not gonna
Shift it
let me
in.
drive his car.
Shift it in.
That's so sad.
Shift it in the 15th gear. I thought it was your car.
It is, but I don't pay the note. It is one of the one thing that's keeping my credit score alive in these times. So I appreciate him for that.
Yeah. It's all groovy. It's all
It's
groovy.
all good.
Everything gonna work out for you, baby.
Everything
Everything
is
gonna work out for you.
everything is going to be okay. It is
Everything gonna be
okay
beautiful.
because life is still life and life is still good. And on that note, we're gonna say good night, a good afternoon, a good day. If you've hung with us this long, you my homie. Again, like, comment, subscribe, all the
Right.
good things. And I'm going to reciprocate. I will be your friend as well. All right, Rob. We'll
Give
see
him
you.
a thumbs up. Give him a thumbs up.
I know, right?
Give him a thumbs up. Comment, all that. Y'all have it. Peace
Good
out.
night.
I'm gone.